The wine in Anna's glass trembled when she finally said the words that would shatter our marriage. Igor, I've been thinking about us, about how we live. I put down the bridge blueprints I'd been working on and looked at her. 12 years of marriage had taught me to recognize when my wife had rehearsed a speech. Her voice had that overly calm, relationship workshop tone to it. What do you mean? I asked, setting my pencil aside. She took a deep breath, the kind you take before a major presentation. I think we should try an open marriage. It could make us stronger. The words hung in the air like smoke from a dying fire. I searched her face for a hint of humor, but saw only nervous determination. Her dark hair was perfect, makeup flawless, though she'd been home all evening. She'd prepared for this like a corporate pitch. An open marriage, I repeated slowly. Where is this coming from? Katya and Lena were talking about it, she said, perched on the edge of our leather sofa. They think modern couples need freedom to be honest with themselves. We're both attractive, successful. Why limit ourselves? Katya and Lena, her divorced friends who spent weekends hopping from bar to bar, collecting short-lived flings like postcards. Of course, this was their idea. And you want this because I love you, but I'm not sure I'm in love the way I used to be, she said. The words hit like a slap. I want to explore what else is out there, but keep what we have. I nodded slowly. So, you want permission to cheat? That's crude, she bristled. This is about growth, freedom. Freedom to date other men while keeping the house, the bank account, and your married status? My voice was calm, precise engineer mode. Oh, for God's sake, Igor, she snapped, heels tapping the hardwood as she stood. This could be good for both of us. You could try it too. I poured myself water, buying time. The obvious move was to argue, make her feel guilty, push her to drop the idea. But something darker and far more patient took root in my mind. Fine, I said. She blinked. Fine? You agree? Marriage is a partnership, Anna. If this is what you need to be happy, let's try it. I smiled, though it felt foreign on my face. When do we start? She launched into rules, boundaries, trust. I nodded in all the right places. But in my head, I was already dismantling her world one beam at a time. 2 weeks later, she brought him to our monthly backyard barbecue. Everyone, this is Sergey, she announced, her hand resting on the shoulder of a man who looked like he'd been ordered from a catalog labeled Ideal Neighbor. 30-something, gym-built, with a self-assured smile women confuse for depth. He's a trainer at the downtown fitness club. We've known each other a while. Our friends exchanged loaded glances. Pleasure, I said, shaking his hand, noting his firm grip in attempt to assert dominance. I'm Igor, Anna's husband. Yes, she mentioned you, he said, eyes scanning our property. Pool, outdoor kitchen, river view. Nice place. 15 years of work, I replied. I'm a structural engineer. I believe in strong foundations. His confidence flickered. Good. At dinner, I watched their body language, the way she touched his arm, laughed at his whispers, definitely more than new friends. I asked how long they'd known each other. About 4 months, he said, glancing at her. She nodded. Interesting. Her gym membership had started 8 months ago. Either he was lying to me or she lied to him. Either way, it worked in my favor. That night she glowed. It went well, didn't it? Everyone liked Sergey. Nice guy, I said, loading the dishwasher. Very energetic. She narrowed her eyes. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing bad. He's clearly crazy about you. When are you seeing him again? I asked. Tomorrow. New wine bar downtown. You're really okay with this? I want you happy, Anna. If Sergey makes you happy, I'm all for it. She kissed my cheek. I could smell his cologne on her skin. They'd already slept together, probably more than once. When she went to bed, I stayed in the garage workshop, my mind breaking the problem into parts. Every structure has weak points. I opened my notebook and began a list. 3 weeks in, she dropped a USB stick out of her bag without noticing. Inside were folders, photos of her in lingerie I'd never seen, doing things she once told me she wasn't into. Dated months before our open marriage talk. Then came the audio recordings, her voice smug and relaxed. I told him about the open marriage, and he bought it. Sergey laughed. You saw his face? This way I keep the house, the money, and you. Perfect. They mocked me for being boring, for thinking this was temporary. She admitted she was already consulting a divorce lawyer. I copied everything to an encrypted drive, returned the stick to her bag. The next morning I suggested she take a weekend away with Sergey. She was surprised but pleased. While she packed, I called an old army buddy, Stas, who still moved like a soldier and could get anything. A GPS jammer, lockpicks, a digital recorder. That Friday, I drove to Pskov to see my mother. In reality, I parked 3 blocks from Sergey's place, waited for his morning run, slipped in, and planted my tools. I left one of our wedding photos on his bed. That afternoon, I called him from a payphone with a voice modulator. Every lie has an expiration date. Hung up. Within hours, Anna texted, "Call me, something's wrong with Sergey." When I finally returned from Pskov, she told me Sergey thought I'd broken in. No proof, no theft, just a rattled man with a wedding photo on his bed. I told her maybe he was feeling guilty. Some people create drama when they're doing something wrong. 2 nights later, she rushed to his place after a cryptic message from him, only to find the door open, strange music playing, and the photo still there, now with a red rose. She called the police. They found nothing. The next day, news broke. Sergey had fallen down a staircase. Concussion. Accidental, the report said. Anna blamed herself. I comforted her. Inside, I was already on phase 3. I met with her divorce lawyer, yes, the one she'd secretly consulted. Slid the USB across the desk. In our prenup, adultery meant losing the house, alimony, pension rights. We filed immediately. She called me furious. While Sergey's in the hospital? You wanted out, I said. I'm just speeding things up. The final blow came at her corporate gala. During the awards ceremony, the presentation glitched into a slideshow of her explicit emails to Sergey, sent from her work account. Gas whispers, her running out in tears. Her friends Katya and Lena tried to confront me later. I told them the truth. Anna made her choices. I made sure there were consequences. Weeks later came the hospital call at 3:17 a.m. Sleeping pills. An attempt. She survived. Wanted me there. Asked if I'd been behind it all. I didn't deny, didn't confirm. Told her she needed help, not a marriage. The divorce wrapped quickly. I kept the house, most assets. She moved into a small apartment, working a low-paying NGO job. Sergey disappeared. Katya and Lena's careers collapsed under separate scandals. Before I cut all ties, I left her a gift, a message etched into the back of her bathroom mirror. Mirror, mirror, who's the villain now? Maybe she found it already. Maybe she hasn't. Either way, she has her answer. Thanks for watching. That's how this story ended, with consequences, clarity, and no going back. Have you ever faced a moment when you stopped being the victim and became the one in control? Share your experience in the comments. Someone out there might need to hear it. And if this hit you deep, like and subscribe. More real stories, bold, raw, and unapologetically honest, are coming soon.